Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Tara's Midnight Madness. Your host for this evening will be me, Tara from Star and Bloom, and this is your favorite Not a Podcast cast, where I give you all my thoughts, my ideas, my street philosophy, and all the advice that my adult kids do not want. So welcome back, everybody. And we are not in my kitchen tonight. I'm going to be flat out honest with you. I'm in my bedroom with the door locked, okay? I'm home alone. Well, upstairs alone. And I freaked myself out. I don't know, doom scrolling Facebook, and I came across this like apparent true story that was more like a creepy pasta or whatever the hell you want to call it. It was a horror story, okay? They say it's like real, and you know what? It sounds like it could be real, but it is so creepy. I don't understand why people are capable of such heinous things towards one another, okay? Like, why? There was this like I don't want to to go through the whole story, but there was these creepy elderly people. They were like really well off, and they befriended a young family, okay, with like a baby, and the mom was pregnant again, and they were doing all kinds of nice things with his family, but the mom felt like something was off. And then eventually she was like over at the house and breastfeeding, and she was pacing with the baby because it wouldn't stop crying. And she came across these kids' bedrooms, and this elderly couple claimed they didn't have any children. And inside were these really weird looking dolls with these really weird looking leather faces and like this locked closet. And she comes up behind her in the room and she's like over explaining it away, saying, oh, these belong to her siblings and blah, blah, blah. She just inherited it with the house. And, anyways, then there was this incident where she was outside in the backyard and she told like the little like 1.5-year-old that she wanted to eat him in this really creepy like croaky voice, and it just was terrible. So anyways, they don't associate with this person anymore, and it's just creepy. The whole thing was just creepy, okay? And they go back and the whole house was like, they don't talk to them, and then they drove by and like apparently the house was burnt down, and like I don't even know, but it's creepy. I'm not doing it justice, okay, because I don't want to relive it. But I'm just telling you, I'm entirely creeped out right now, like entirely. There is nothing that like creeps me out more than people on people like weirdness, okay? And we live in a world where people are so capable. I mean, everybody's like going off about how women would pick a bear in the forest, okay? It's not just men that are the problem in this world, okay? There are some really sadistic women. And that is like terrifying. Like, honestly, I'm freaked right out, dude. Like, a lot of the things that I'm reading about lately are like crazy ass psycho women. I mean, that woman was probably accountable. She probably really wanted to eat that kid. It's one thing. I mean, I've heard people say, oh, you're so cute, I just want to eat you. This is not what was being described, okay? And I find that weird, anyways. I've never said it. But the point of the fact is now I'm in my room. I'm really creeped out. I don't have a coffee, and I'm like debating on it. Okay. I'm not usually such a chicken, but I just don't have like, I haven't, I stopped watching scary crap a long time ago. And so my tolerance to it is like way down, and even like a scary story will like set me off. My nerves are just like, oh my god, I am literally terrified right now. And yeah, you can't tell because I have like trauma stuff, so I don't react like normal people. I mean, if somebody came at me, I might be scared, but I'd swing first and ask questions later. Like, for real, I have a high fight thing that just takes over. But like stuff like this, there's nobody to fight. I'm just terrified right now. So I'm like in my room just thinking, what the hell? Like, why did I find that? And eating people is especially freaky to me. I mean, what a way to die, okay? Like, I don't like. Honestly, you guys, I find cannibalism the most heinous act of like ever. It's disgusting. Let alone wanting to eat little kids. Like, ew. Like, the hell is wrong with people, man? Honestly, I find it absolutely disgusting. I mean, who wants to die being eaten by somebody else? Not me. And I certainly would rather starve to death than eat another person. And people are like, oh, you can say that. I'm like, no, I will die on that hill. I will not willingly eat another person. Gross, dude. I mean, just no, I would rather eat a bug, like earthworms, whatever, okay? I'm not eating people. I would literally no. And that to me is just like awful. And along with like disembowelment, like those are like two of my worst nightmares and anything involving spiders. Whoa, God, it's so disgusting. Ooh. Okay, maybe those three things don't mix, but either way, it's just nasty. Like, ew. And so now I'm like all creeped out. There's nothing like being alone and listening to something that horrifying. I don't know about you guys, but that like does not appeal to me whatsoever. And I didn't go looking for it. Like it found me. I should have not listened to it. Like it was like a Facebook video, and I barely go on Facebook, mind you. And this is what makes it even weirder. Okay? Like I haven't used my personal account in like forever. I occasionally go on there and like post on my like Star and Bloom account occasionally. I'll like throw something out there to like advertise my Substack. But dude, you guys, like for real. I barely go on Facebook, and of course I'd find that creepy video. Of course this woman would be telling this story. Of course, of course, of course. And I don't like, I just can't. I used to be obsessed with ghost stories. I used to be obsessed with all this shit. And now like I said, my tolerance for that is it's like non existent. Like, I don't want to listen to that crap. Oh, dude. And I guess I could be like watching a comedy or whatever, but like, no, thank you. I'm just not. So I'm in separation right now as I'm locked in my room with no coffee. And I'm hearing noises outside my window. I literally am 45 years old and I'm really tempted to call my mom to come upstairs and like, I don't know, keep me company, okay? Like for real, you guys, because I'm freaked out and I don't like it. It's not fun. Like, oh, dude, why? Of all the things, and you know what it is? Like I said, lately on social media, I've been reading about all these heinous crimes that women are committing, okay? I would choose a bear over a woman, okay? Like, for real. These women out there are doing some crazy fucking shit. And I'm not making this shit up. Like, every violent crime you could possibly imagine lately that I've been getting is women perpetrating them. So, I mean, yeah, no. Why? I mean, historically women were supposed to be the more empathetic sex, okay? Like, what's wrong with women nowadays, dude? Like, for real. Ugh. Every little noise, I hate that. Every little freaking noise, you guys. Like, oh my god. Terrorized by, like, crazy stories about crazy psycho women. Were women always like this, but they just kept on the down low? Or is it like the rise of social media that's like getting their crimes out there? Or like, is it just that women are like completely crazy now? I don't know. But the stuff I've been like coming across lately is terrifying, for real. Sellout. I feel like I'm probably gonna get some serious hate comments over this, but like, you guys, if you've been seeing what I've been seeing, there's some like heinous shit out there. It's not all men, dude. Ugh. My desire for a coffee is winning out. I like don't want to look out my window. Okay, and you guys have to understand, I have experienced some like crazy ass shit in my life. So, I mean, I've even had a stalker. What the hell? Damn it. My husband left something and it knocked over in the wrong place. I don't know if I can. No, seriously, you guys. I'm like not in the mood for this. It's like one of those things. And I don't like my like living room curtains either, because they're transparent. So you can't see out of them, but people can see in them with the lights on. I want to check my door to make sure it's locked. Oh my God. Like, no, thank you. Oh my God. You guys. Door open. It wasn't. That is not okay. Bastards. My mom will lock me out of the house if I'm like gone for like 15 minutes during the day and she left the door open, like completely unlocked at night. Now if I have any cannibal neighbors, they're gonna come and eat me. Like, for real. Oh my God. Oh, this is nuts. Like, I'm sorry, but even like all that stuff like out there, like, oh my God, about the Epstein files and like Pizzagate and people eating people. I've known about all this stuff for a long time. I'm one of those like, okay, conspiracy theorists, crazy people, and it's real, dude. People are out there eating people. It's disgusting. I mean, just look at Jeffrey Dahmer. You think he's a one-off? Oh my God. No. Why does the world have to be like this? I just don't like it. And disembowelment stuff. Ew. Like, no thank you. And the fact that you can survive disembowelment is just like the worst. Can you imagine, like, standing there watching your guts fall out? No thank you. That, like, just gives me the heebie-jeebies. I don't know. But, like, being eaten and being disemboweled are, like, seriously, like, my worst nightmares. It's so disgusting. Oh. I don't often get scared. Like, it is rare. I will literally bring my mom on it one of these times and she'll be like, she never gets scared. I don't know, but I got scared, guys. Like, no thank you. Like, the story just hit the right nerve, okay? Like, hell to the no. Ugh. And just the way they describe those freaking dolls, it's like they were made of human skin. The elderly couple probably didn't even have any children because they probably gave birth at home and, like, killed them and ate them. Like, ew. Like, my mind is going to all those places. Like, and the fact that this stuff is, like, people do this to each other. Like, ew. I mean, what would have happened if that couple had stayed friends with them and they hadn't found out their, like, weird-ass secrets? And the story was worse. Like, there was more details in there. But like I said, I'm not going to get into the whole thing because it's not my story. And it's just horrifying. Like, who wants to relive that? Although, unfortunately, I am at the moment reliving that. Like, no thanks. I mean, this is the person that used to watch, like, all the Freddy movies, like, when I was a kid. I watched all the scary movies. My brother and I were, like, total horror movie people. And I cannot, for the life of me, handle a little like freaking like retelling of a story that like dude. I mean, my life story might give some people like the heebie-jeebies, might give them nightmares too. But like, I don't know because they lived it. It's different. But still, no, thank you. Oh, I mean, I've had various acts of violence perpetrated against me, myself, and I, and they've also been terrorized, like really bad. Like we had this stalker person, and they stalked us for years. My mom had this house, and it didn't matter who was there, whether it was me or her. They would literally walk around the whole house in the middle of the night and knock on every window. And no matter how many times we called the cops, we couldn't. And sometimes, once, like, they got into the house, like, through a window, and we woke up and the freaking front door was wide open. Dude, you guys, like, this was years of, and they would start banging, banging, banging on the window. And, like, this was years. Like, sometimes it would go on every night for, like, months, and then there'd be, like, a little bit of a lull, and then they'd start up again. Like, who's that invested? Who has the time to do that to someone? And every time the cops would come, and every time they said they didn't know who was doing it, oh, we couldn't find anybody. So, like, there's reasons why I have issues. Like, who has the time to do that? Like, and who's got the motivation to do that? Like, who wants to terrorize somebody for, like, we're talking, like, 8 years of this shit. And, like, doing it every night for months and months and months and then taking a break. Like, that just doesn't make sense to me. It's wild. Like, I've had some wild shit happen in my life that's, like, crazy, aside from, like, all the other crazy shit that's happened, right? Like, all the abuse and stuff. Let alone, like, wild, wild west of actually being stalked. And I didn't have any social media following at the time. None of my family did. So it's not like it's not like we're famous and like, who stalks the whole family? Like, it was the house. Like, who stalks the whole household? I didn't even live there, bro. And like, I sat there and I was alone, like, house sitting for my mom, and it would still happen. It was terrifying. I remember one time I was pregnant and I was watching a scary movie. It was one with, like, Devon Sawa in it. It was called Idle Hands. So it's kind of like one of those comedy scary movies. But I was at a really intense part, and all of a sudden I could hear the backyard gate open, and the drain pipe scraped across the window. They knocked over the drain pipe, and then they just started hammering on the sliding glass door. Like, and I mean hammering. I was there alone. I call the cops. I'm like, oh my God, somebody's trying to kill me. And then I call my mom, and I'm like, Mom, you gotta come home. Like, I was like 8 months pregnant at the time, and I was there by myself. That was terrifying. Like, terrifying. I was like, oh, hell no. Like, and it's more scary because, like, one of the female cops was like, why don't you look through the, like, thing, like, the drapes and the stupid shades or whatever. And the female cop, that's a female cop told us to do that. The male cop's like, don't look. Usually when you look in these cases, they will kill you. They will kill you if you know what they look like. And me and my mom were like, we ain't looking. We ain't not looking. Like, hell no. No, no, no. I did not want to see their face. Like, let me tell you. So, yeah. This is me having, like, my little scaredy cat, like, I don't even know how to tell you guys. It's scary. I don't care. If I'm a big weenie, fine. Like, I'm good with that. Like, who wants to be home alone and, like, I don't know. Yeah, so I had all kinds of, like, crazy shit happen. And like I said, if, like, somebody actually did jump me, I can totally defend myself. Like, that's not the problem. The problem is that now I'm creeped the fuck out. There's nobody to defend myself against. And that's not a bad thing. I don't want to defend myself against anybody. But I'm just saying, like, the whole thing was just, the story is creepy, okay? And there's like, I'm just sharing. It was creepy. And I've had my own experiences like with weird shit and supernatural shit too. So let me tell you, I'm like sensitive. All right, people can say whatever they want, and they have the right. People can believe what they want, and I'm not out to convince anyone, but I have seen some crazy shit in my time. Okay, I have seen shit fly across the room and fall right in front of my feet. Okay, like, I'm not lying. I have heard shit, seen shit, and so yeah, I am. Yeah, I'm a believer. And people are like, ooh, why don't you talk about that stuff? And because it's like, unless you've experienced it yourself, there's no way in hell you're going to believe it. You either know or you don't know. And if you don't know, count yourself lucky, because if you do know, no. Real life is way more wild than even the movies, all right? And that's probably exactly why I don't like any of this shit anymore, okay? The amount of shit I've been through. No thanks. And I think the doll thing got me because when I was a kid, I had a massive collection of porcelain dolls. And literally, they used to freak me out. I swear I felt like they came alive at night. And like, it was like seriously, I swear, like they were staring at me and talking and whispering and doing weird shit. And as a kid, that was like so traumatizing. So when they were talking about all these dolls in this room, I was like, oh my God, reliving those freaking uncomfortable like moments. And it's like, no, thank you. No, thank you. No. Mm-mm. And it wasn't like they were used either. Like, they were all new, but it doesn't matter. I thought they were. So I was like, okay. Uh. So needless to say, this is the first episode in a very long time that I've been freaked out ever. You've seen me mad, you've seen me sad, you've seen me goofy, and now you hear what I'm like when I'm scared. Woohoo. But hey, the good thing is that I got braver and I went and got a coffee, all right? Because, coffee's life. I'm risking it. I unlocked the bedroom door and I locked the front door, thank God. I came out. I live in a small town, but you never know. You just never know. Mm-mm. No. My husband just left this morning, so yeah. No. It's so funny. At 45, when you're scared, you still get the urge. Like, I want to call my mom. Oh, it's so funny. Uh, Me jumping at shadows because I listened to one little story, like real life drama and real life story that freaked me out. Oh my God. I mean, if you're a cannibal, I don't like you. Okay? It's just like those people that drink batshit coffee and fucking elephant turd coffee and all the rest of it. Cannibalism is like worse. It's like next level. We can't be friends, Like, I always say I can be friends with anybody. But if you're a cannibal and you have like fantasies about eating people, we can't be friends, dude. Like, for real. So, yeah. No. Mm-mm. Oh my God. And then it's like, what are the odds that like, any single one of us could have met one? Somebody that either has been or fantasizes about being one. And that's the world we live in. We don't even know what anybody's thinking anymore. It's so warped. Like, for real. I've been looking at these maps, okay? Where they trace like IP addresses of people looking at really horrific, disgusting things on like their computer. And it like verifies, like, it doesn't tell you who, but it shows like these pinpoints. And it's like a legitimate map in the US, of course, not Canada. But the amount of people viewing the content is fucking wild, dude. It makes you realize how really warped people the frick are. Like, the amount is staggering. I was like, no. Like, and now I can't get that image out of my head. And okay, there's a far leap between cannibalism and what they're viewing, but it's still equally as bad. Okay? Because it involves, like, it's worse actually. But that's what I'm saying. Like, you don't know what's on the mind of anybody else anymore. Like, the world has become so shady, you guys. Like, people have become shady. That's why I'm determined to be the light I wish to see in the world, like, for real. Because there's so much darkness out there, and we don't even really comprehend half of it. It's insane. And then everybody wonders why I, like, believe in God, okay? If there is evil in this world, there is definitely good too. And that is why. Like, there has to be a counterbalance there, like yin and yang. Honestly, like, there can't be one without the other. It just, to me, in my opinion. I'm not trying to convert or convince anyone, but that's my opinion. Like, my opinion. I'm on high adrenaline right now. Like, my whole thing, my whole body's like so tense right now. Oh my god. I'm so done. It's actually really annoying. I hate this. I do not like being afraid whatsoever. It's annoying. Mm-hmm. It is the worst. I just, after this, I'm gonna be up and I'm gonna have to cleanse my mind with something not scary because that was just way too much for me, okay? I think the real life things really bother me even worse. Like, have you guys ever met somebody that their vibe just gives you off and then they do or say something so utterly creepy and it's like now, that, like, I don't know. I've met so many people like that. I've had neighbors like that, guys, like, for real, where you're like, I wonder how many bodies are buried in that backyard, like, for real. And it's not like I lived in a shady neighborhood at the time either. So I'm just saying that, yeah. The world is full of nut jobs, okay? Like, absolute nut jobs. Ugh. And there's nothing like being awake at 2 o'clock in the morning and, like, for real, real coming to the realization. No, not coming to the realization, just knowing, being reminded. Oh man. Ah, I have to breathe because, like, I don't even know. And ah, whatever. I just, when you really stop and think, like, you really don't know who is a predator. And by predator, I'm not just talking about people, like, that prey on innocent kids. I mean, you've got people out there harvesting, kidnapping adults and harvesting their organs, and people out there doing terrible things to children. And like, you just don't even know. And the thing is it's so much more prevalent than we think. Like, for real. Prevalent. It happens so much more often. And no, it's not a funny topic, but dude. And the thing is like, on my Substack, I've shared a story, okay, of how, like, bad things happened to me, like, really bad things happened to me. And it was done to me, like, I was in my early, adult years, like, very early adult years. And people that you would never expect are capable of the most heinous freaking actions. People you would never suspect. People that win your trust, you think have your back, you think they care about you, and then they turn around and commit the most heinous freaking actions against you. And that's the thing, like, for real, you guys, like, You just don't know. It could be your neighbor. Do you know in foster care, like the amount of stories I've heard of like people's elderly neighbors being the ones that molested them? Like for me, it was my ex stepfather. Okay. That happened in the home. That's bad. But I mean, these are elderly neighbors that their parent, that won the parents over with trust. And then I hear like Christian camp counselors, like all kinds of people, like, I don't even know, you guys, teachers, freaking like family members, it doesn't matter. You just don't know. Like there's so many people out there in the wild and they never get held to any sort of accountability because it's like I don't even know. So many of the guilty people, the people that committed these crimes go free, you know? And it's wild to me. And it's not for lack of trying either. And a lot of them are repeat offenders that have done things to multiple people, and it's crazy and wild. At least in the people that I knew in foster care, very few people ever got any justice for what was done to them by other people. So I find that like crazy. And that's the world we live in. I also write an article about the two different types of justice. And I think when you are a victim of a crime and you don't get justice, or even the victim of like somebody just doing you wrong, and you feel like you're waiting for somebody to apologize to you, but you never get that like reconciliation, you never get that resolution. I think the thing is that you have to learn to be okay within yourself, um, and find your own resolution. Like I did write a whole piece on it and it's really, really good. It's on my Substack. And I hope you guys check it out if you've ever been through a situation like that, because you're not always going to get justice the way you hope for. And I guess that's my thing. I mean, even look at the stalker. You guys, the guy got away. Or whoever. I'm pretty sure it was a man. Okay? But who knows? We don't even know who was doing it, for what motivation they had, and how the hell they had so much free time on their hands. Okay? Like, that's just wild. Like, absolutely wild to me. So yeah, my original stalker never got justice for that. The person that molested me for 13 years of my life, I never got any justice for that. I never got any justice from the legal standpoint for a lot of things that happened to me. But at the end of the day, I'm still okay. I'm walking around because I'll tell you this. I've said it before and I'll say it again. You know, um, Nobody is going to have the power to ruin my life, because we get a life and life is short, and I want to make the most of it. And I don't want anybody to have power over me to like destroy me or prevent me from enjoying my life, because all those things that happened are long in the past. Did I have to take the time and heal? Sure, I did. Did it take many years? Yes, it did for me. I didn't have all the tools that I needed. I might have been able to get through faster if I did. But at the end of the day, and healing is not linear from everything I've experienced. It, it, it can, how would I describe healing? My healing journey, I don't even know. But, I'm a functional person. I do not live in the past. I try to enjoy my life and I try to have a sense of humor. And I guess that's where I think that we do have a choice. We do have a choice. We can either get bitter or we can get better. And I just choose to try to fight every day for my own piece of happiness in the world. And I really hope that somebody else does too. The world, like even tonight, it can seem really dark sometimes. There is a lot of dark shit that goes on. And I don't think we should bury our head in the sand and pretend like it doesn't. When I tell people to be the light they wish to see in the world, I mean it from the bottom of my heart. I'm not being flippant. It's not the fact that I don't know that darkness exists. It's the fact that I know that these darknesses really do exist. And that, by being that light, we can be a beacon of hope for other people. And I don't think we should fixate on the dark like side. Do we have our moments of terror? Sure. I do. Like I'm recording this episode as I'm having my moment of whatever. But we don't need to stay there. We have to recognize that, it's not black and white. Like there's so much scary shit and crazy shit and bizarre shit going on in the world, a lot of people are feeling really hopeless and really lost in it all. And I understand how easy it would be to get to that point. If I didn't have my faith, if I didn't believe in God, I would probably feel very much the same. Like, what the hell is going on? This is crazy. But I think out of all the crazy, like bad stuff that's ever happened to me, it's just proven to me the existence of God even more because I've survived all of it. And, um, I don't, it's like 1 in 1 billion odds of my survival with everything I've been through. 1 in 1 billion. So that just spells miraculous to me. To not be completely off the rail after everything. To be completely, I'm only slightly nutty. I'm only slightly nuts. That's why I record Midnight Madness. You never know what you're gonna get. Tonight you can join me while I am terrorized by his stupid Facebook frickin' doom scroll feed post pop up. Terrorized. Terrorized, whatever. Whatever. I just am what I am. Then you get the real, raw, unfiltered, whatever. Like, you literally never know what you're gonna get when you pop out of here. I might have something really motivational, really intense, really profound to say. Or I might be talking about farts for 45 minutes. Or I'm talking to you about my like freaking skunk episode in the backyard. That was hilarious. That was like last summer. I was so mad at my dog, guys. Oh, that was a funny episode. It actually has the most views. It has well over like 250 some odd like downloads for that one. I don't know, but it was a wild. I don't, was it episode 13 or something? I don't even know anymore, but it was funny. Even I think it's funny. My mom always says I laugh the hardest at my own jokes. The only thing is I didn't mean to be funny. I was so livid. I was so livid. Oh, the only other episode I think that I recorded where I was actually scared was one episode. I was sitting outside in the summer with like my dog. I was on the back deck in the middle of the night because I always record outside when the weather is warm, okay? So I was out there at my like midnight or 2 in the morning, and my dog freaking like freaked me the hell out, came up behind me and it growled. And I started to like, I was like, oh my God. It was so scary. Oh, and it was just my dog. Like that was funny. And that was the only other time I've ever been like that freaked out before, I think. Since I started doing the podcast, or not a podcast cast. Like, you guys, like you just get a little bit of whatever, whatever mood I'm in, because I believe in that authenticity. You gotta be real, okay? Like, you gotta be real. You gotta be real. No, I feel like I have to be real. Oh man. So yeah, I don't edit and I don't like whatever. It's just you get what you get. You get what you get. Tune in and you never know what you're gonna get. Oh my goodness. So that's my night. How has yours been? Like for real. I think I feel like much more calm now. Like I've talked through it. I know it's just like it's not really happening in real time. So I'm much like more, okay, I found my peace. Like my heart isn't racing a million miles per minute. I'm not scared anymore, guys. I've talked myself back to reality. I mean, I still don't want to go out into a back dark alley or anything, but I'm not terrified of getting eaten by a cannibal in a small town, Alberta at 2:25 a.m. Because cannibals are just like everywhere. Like my small town isn't known for its cannibal population. It's known for all the weird swinger clubs that exist here. I don't know. It's true. Like you might not believe me, but there's some like weird stuff that happens here with couple swapping and stuff. I was warned when I first moved here, be careful about what invites you accept because they do the X-rated OnlyFans version of spouse swap. Like, no, thank you. That's not my scene. Like, I've talked about it before. I'm like, I didn't even know this was a thing, okay? Call me naive, but I mean, I knew, like, oh, people kind of did that stuff, but, like, I never knew it was so blatant. Like, and apparently, according to the sources, it's not a little movement. It's like, how did I end up here? Like, I picked this place because I got, like, family history, but I didn't know that this kind of crazy shit was going on here. I don't participate. Like, don't get me wrong, that's not my scene. I actually stick to myself quite a bit. And the interesting thing is like I moved with my family, so my family is my company, right? But like, yeah. So, anyways, moving along. That took a sudden left turn. That took a very wild, wild west left turn from being terrified to talking about the X-rated spouse swapping that happens in my small town. I'm like, dude, I don't even know what to say about that. Thankfully, hubby's only gone for a week this time. He'll be home for the weekend, which is great, before he goes off to a new job. So I get to see him again soon. I'm like really happy. I mean, that's nice when, the break is shorter. I missed him this time. You know, I missed him this time. We had a good visit when he was home, but it just didn't feel long enough. So I'm glad he's only going in for 5 days. Or whatever. No, however many days. I don't know how many days, okay? A couple days. As my husband would say. 2 days is always, or 3 days is always one day. He's like, you can't count. You can't count this amount. And I'm like, what? That doesn't even make sense. It's so funny. Yeah. So, with that being said, I'm going to end it here because I think I've said all I can say. And now I'm just going around and around. So, whatever time of day it is and whatever part of the world you're in, whether it's morning, noon, night, midnight, afternoon, 1 p.m., 2 p.m., 5 p.m., 3 p.m., 4 a.m., I wish you to have a fantastical day. And truly, people, be the light you wish to see in the world. Give to other people what you did not receive. And let's project some of that like goodness out into this really funky place that we live, because we live in actually a pretty small world. Like, it's a small world, and we can't get away from each other. So let's like push that goodness out there into this world and like make it a place where we all want to live, where maybe one day we don't have to lock our front doors anymore again. Bye for now.